Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Perspectives of Jerry. So, when I say Thanksgiving, what pops into your mind? Maybe you picture a massive roasted turkey, the stress of a family road trip, or perhaps you hear the sound of the annual football game starting on TV. For most of us, Thanksgiving feels like an ancient, fixed American ritual, a sacred tradition handed down without alteration since the Pilgrims. But here's the perspective I want to share today. The Thanksgiving we know today is a relatively new invention, and it's been evolving drastically since the very beginning. The holiday we celebrate, the menu, the timing, the entire vibe, is fundamentally different from even 50 years ago. So, let's peel back the layers and look at how this holiday really changed, and why those changes might be very good for all of us. Now, to understand the shifts, we need to quickly look at how the holiday was established. Contrary to the historical narrative most of us learn, the actual national holiday wasn't formalized until 1863, right in the middle of Civil War, by President Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln wanted a day of unity and thanks amid a national tragedy. But it was a journalist named Sarah Josephina Hale, who truly solidified the traditions we recognized. She lobbied for 40 years to make it official, and, crucially, she standardized the menu. This is how our great modernizations, the creation of a formal national holiday centered on a specific menu, like turkey, cranberries, pumpkin pie, was essentially a 19th century branding exercise designed to create a unified sense of American identity. The second massive modernization happens in the 20th century, the rise of the spectator sport. Starting in the 1920s and exploding with the rise of television, the annual Detroit Lions and Dallas Cowboy games transformed the holiday entirely. The entire rhythm of the day changed. It shifted from being purely a meal and religious contemplation to a large social event structured around a rigid TV schedule. This edition was a commercial genius. Excuse me. It gave people a shared distraction during chaotic family time. It standardized the afternoon routine, just as Hale had standardized the dinner routine. The holiday was no longer just about the table, it was about the couch. Okay, so now that we're in the 21st century and the traditions are changing faster than ever, why? Well, because the very pillars that held the 20th century ideal are starting to crumble. The first change is the rise of Friendsgiving, or chosen family model. The traditional holiday requires massive travel and often obligatory, sometimes stressful or expensive family gatherings. Now, people are choosing low stress, self curated celebrations with people they generally want to be around. Focus has moved from fulfilling an obligation to achieving a genuine connection. That's a profound perspective shift driven by the modern focus on mental health and personal freedom. The second massive change is the destruction and subsequent resurrection of the dinner only rule. Historically, Thanksgiving was a long weekend of rest before Christmas shopping. Then came Black Friday. Black Friday started creeping into Thursday night, effectively stealing time from the holiday itself. It forced people to choose between a second slice of pie and getting the best deal. For many, this commercialization cheapened the entire holiday. But here's a fascinating countershift. As Black Friday became more aggressive, consumers started pushing back. Now, many major retailers choose to close on Thanksgiving Day, and the rise of online shopping like Cyber Monday has effectively pulled the shopping event off the dinner table. We are reclaiming the evening, challenging the commercial creep, and asserting that we have asserting that the value of the holiday lies in time, not transactions. And finally, the menu itself is diversifying. Driven by vegetarianism, allergies, and cultural infusion, the food is changing. You're now just as likely to see a lasagna or tamales on the table as you are a perfectly roasted traditional turkey. The food is becoming a celebration of the family, and it is now not a forced reenactment. Let me try that line again. I swear, I know how to read, folks. I really do. The food is becoming a celebration of the family as it is now, not a forced reenactment of the 19th century idea. So, what does this new perspective tell us? It tells us that the tradition is a living thing. The rigid, standardized Thanksgiving of the past is fading, not because we don't care about giving thanks, but because we are making the holiday better and more meaningful. We're removing the stress, removing the obligation, and creating space for authentic gratitude and connection, whether that's over turkey, tacos, or a video call with a distant relative. The holiday isn't dying. It's evolving into something more personal, more reflexive. Flexible, and ultimately more meaningful to the incredibly diverse American experience. Now, I want to hear your perspectives. What new Thanksgiving tradition has your family started that you truly love? Let me know that in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into the history and meaning of the holidays, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Perspectives of Jerry. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.